Okay, so today's lesson is going to be percent of change, where we're looking for a percent increase or a percent decrease. We'll be on 101. Tomorrow's date or today's date, whenever you're watching it, is the 20th. So this is for Friday's lesson. Okay, once you get that in, please turn to the page you're going to be writing on. And we have percent of change, which, like I said, is percent of increase or percent decrease. You're basically looking for a change in the quantity. The equation that we are going to use for this, for the percent of change, is the amount of change. You basically given, like, say, if you go to the store and something is $8, but they give you a percent off or whatever, and now they're saying it's like $6. Okay, that's going to be obviously from 8 to 6 is a decrease. So you're going to be looking for the percent decrease, and you use this equation to solve for it. So you'd put the amount of change over the original amount, and then when you divide that, then you would multiply by 100 to get what percent it is changed. Okay, I have basically how I will write a lot of this when tomorrow when we do more examples. So percent of change, a triangle in mathematics does mean to change. You're either going to take your old minus your new, or your new minus your old, or original. Original minus new, new minus original. You're going to divide that over the original amount, and then you would multiply by 100. Okay, I have that in steps. So the first step is find the amount of change. Okay, that's your subtraction, new minus old, original, or original minus the new. Then you're going to put that amount of change over the original amount. Okay, and then you would divide the amount of change by the original amount and then multiply by 100. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at some examples. Example number 1 says 8 is increased to 22. Okay, this is is getting bigger. The number is going from 8 to 22, so this is obviously going to be a percent increase. So the percent of change should increase. All right, so we're going to write our formula. So we should have percent of change equals 22 minus the 8. Our original is 8. So this is our new, this is our original, 22 minus our original 8 over 8, which is our original, and then we would multiply by 100. Okay, when we then do 22 minus 8, we get 14. I need to see how many times 8 goes into 14. I do my division off to the side, and 8 goes into 14 1.75 times. So we take 1.75 and we multiply that by 100. Okay, 1.75 times 100 then gives us 175%. So the percent of change is 175. Increase, getting bigger. You do your change over the original. Once you have that, you multiply by 100 to get the percentage. Okay, looking at the next problem, we have our 90 is decreased to 81. Numbers are getting smaller. Okay, so looking for our percent of change, we're taking our original minus our new, and then we're putting it over our original. Okay, when we do that division, or 90 minus 8 is 9, so then we need to see how many times 9 goes in, or 90 goes into 9. We do our division off to the side. We get 0.1. Okay, so then we get 0.1 times 100. When we would do the multiplication, you should get percent of change is 10%, and that is a percent decrease because our number got smaller. Okay, so one last time, I'm going to flip back. You need to find amount of change over the original amount. Then you would multiply it by 100 to get the percent of change. It's either going to be a percent increase or a percent decrease, depending on going what you have from your original to your new. Okay, so at this point, it's your turn. We will discuss these two problems first in class tomorrow. So you're needing to find what is the percent of change. Your first problem is 125 increased to 200. Please make sure you write your formula out, plug in your numbers where they belong, and do the math. The second problem is a decrease. 64 is decreased to 48. Again, write your formula, plug in the numbers where they belong, and solve the math. Be ready to discuss these two problems tomorrow when you come into class after your warm-up.